guys, welcome to this week's AMA. Hope everyone's having a great week. So as always, we've got an awesome agenda in store. We are going to give a bit of an update on the mobile app because I know everyone along with us is incredibly keen for the big bang launch, especially with iOS. So we'll sort of update on where we are there. We'll talk a lot about BombChain, some of the existing yield farming opportunities there, but also talk about some of the things that are coming very, very soon, including a P-Hub farm that I know we're all really excited about. And then Aaron's been doing some awesome work in the way of analytics. So we can show off some of the cool stuff going on there. And as always, we'll dive into a bit of a marketing update as well. So Aaron, I'll throw it over to you. Let's start off talking a bit about where we are with the mobile app.
All right. So we have resubmitted. We've addressed the issue that they had, and we've resubmitted. So fingers crossed, but should be any day now. We're thinking that sometime, hopefully by the end of this week, they'll get it approved. But still in their hands. But we've definitely addressed what they've asked us to address. So
yeah, no, I think that's it. It's fairly minor, typical Apple stuff. But so we're confident we've addressed it, and fingers crossed we'll all be good to go very, very soon.
Yeah, based on some of the timing we've seen just from the reply from Apple, I would estimate we should be live on Apple next week. So that's what it's looking like now, that because like the second we got their recommendation, we fixed it and resubmitted, and I don't see how it could take longer than a week now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, well, moving on, let's look at some cool analytics stuff that I've launched. Well, because I believe it was last AMA I mentioned that over the weekend I was going to be launching a couple of tools to make life easier for developers, get more information. And I think I mentioned that I was going to be getting subgraphs going. So I did actually get the subgraphs kicking. So that's something that we didn't put the information on our site yet. I'll actually pull up the site here. So on our bombchain.com site, that's where we'll have all the information that developers will need to take advantage of all the additional services that we're going to be launching or that we've already launched. So that includes a subgraph, which basically for all the developers out there, you guys know that kind of crawls the chain for you and lets you query data a lot easier and better than you can if you're trying to get it from the blockchain directly. So because I did launch that subgraph node. And again, the details for that will be on the BombChain website in the near future for anyone that wants to take advantage of that. But just as more than just a demo, but this is all done based on the subgraph that was launched. So this is info.bombswap.xyz. It's basically just pretty much all the analytics that you could want to know about BombSwap, all the tokens on BombSwap, all the liquidity, pretty much everything that you could want to know. So, you could search for whatever you want. Go to your tokens. You can see charts. Actually, something pretty cool here. So this is the way that it gets the bomb price is it looks at three pools. The three pairs right there: BUSD, USDC, and USDT with bomb. And it actually looks at how much liquidity is in each one, and it weighs them. So to determine the bomb price, let's just say USDT had like 90% of the liquidity, that'd be responsible for 90% of the price of whatever price it determines that the bomb price is. So this price will not always match what we see on BSC, just because there is the chance that they're not in line, but it's been getting corrected every time it's not been the same. So, but this is a really easy way to see if there's an arbitrage opportunity just by hovering over this and seeing, what the pairs are looking like for all the stables. Actually, if we're looking for arbitrage opportunities, you can just come right to tokens and look at the price here. And if you ever see, if any of the stable coins are, more than a cent off $1, there's an opportunity. Right now, we don't have liquidity on too many of these other tokens, but, if BTC is, that's pretty close to what the real price is. So, but yeah, you can definitely just pop over to tokens and see if anything here looks out of whack and take advantage of that.
And just as a reminder, there's a blog post out to really go into detail on how to make money using arbitrage. So if you read that, Even the blog talks about all the different opportunities, but it's kind of a challenging thing to grasp. But with this new site here, it's a lot easier to, as Aaron's showing, a lot easier to figure this out. So yeah, check the blog out and then come and see if there's any opportunities for you here.
Yep. I will say, and some people probably won't like this, although I'm kind of happy about it. There's already is bots on BombChain. So, so I've noticed that like there's been bot transactions that have been like evening out some of the pools. So probably the majority of the big opportunities will be cross-chain opportunities. Opportunities right on BombChain, chances are a bot's going to beat you to it if you don't. If nothing has to ever leave the chain, if it's like just a one transaction arbitrage opportunity. So, but the bots being there means that our pools are always going to have correct prices, at least within BombChain itself, right? So if one goes out of whack, it's going to just, the bots are just going to even everything out as best they can with the liquidity that's on BombChain. Which in the future, once there's higher liquidity, it'll just basically all the prices will always be in line, essentially. I mean, we're already pretty much there right now with our 330,000 liquidity, which is up 12% since yesterday. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. I definitely recommend checking this out. You can see all the pairs. You can, see volume by day. Don't want to bore everybody with all these stats, but it's pretty exciting for me. But
totally no. I mean, it's just been awesome seeing it kind of come together over the course of the last couple of days. Really, I mean, I know that for you, there's been a lot of complexity in the back end, but yeah, just seeing it like this is amazing, and I know that I'm going to spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah, it's like the subgraph nodes and getting them like indexing BombChain was the real priority. Just for there's a lot of different things that we want to do and that we want other developers to do that need, they need access to data. So subgraphs are great for that. So that was the main objective. But then, I stumbled across the Uniswap info analytics site. So it's like, all right, let's fork that and spend a couple hours making it look good, and now we got it. So. Yeah, we got a couple.
Well, and I think the fact that we now have charting is obviously a big step forward, because for example, BombSwap's been pumping, but it's been difficult to sort of visualize its progress, whereas now obviously we have that. So yeah, I know people will be excited about that too. Yep.
And just keep in mind though that if this price is ever off, that will throw off every single price on this analytics site. So I mean, we don't have a ton of liquidity on those US stablecoin pairs. Like what do we have? 7,500, 8,300, and 2,400. So it doesn't take that big of a trade to kind of throw that out of whack. So just keep that in mind for now until we build up liquidity on those stable pairs.
Yeah. I'm loving those stable pairs on BombSwap, because I think for stablecoin, they're paying like 1 to 1.5% each. So pretty crazy opportunity on there.
Yep, let's pop on over there and take a look. So majority of the farms are over 1% a day, everything except for the BombSwap, ex-BombSwap. So a lot of opportunities there. Yeah, I think actually we're going to be adding a bunch more farms here. Didn't really talk about it yet with the team, but I think there's a bunch that we can pretty much launch pretty soon. Like even just some of the BombSwap with a stable coin, just some of the other ones that we kind of are either already have or kind of need, and they don't need to have huge allocations of rewards, but just to kind of give some more variety and get some more farms kicking.
And I know one of the most exciting ones that our community is looking forward to is the P-Hub getting on here.
That's right.
Get an update on that there.
Yeah, so Anchor they've been working on getting that bridgeable, and I think they're going to be done anytime now. I think, did they say by the end of this week at the latest, or?
Yeah, this week for sure.
Yeah.
But I saw they were already, I think they're pretty much done, because they were just looking for the token image now. So we should be expecting that anytime soon. And
awesome.
I'm pumped to get to get
P-Hub on here. I'll go into detail now then. So we'll have a P-Hub bomb farm. I guess really similar to what we had before. It was a really big success on BSC. It was just the P-Hub and bomb farm. Now it's natural to have that on BombChain. I mean, well, the whole reason that we had P-Hub and Bomb on BSC was in anticipation of BombChain and everything being paired up with Bomb. So Now that's a reality, so we can actually just relaunch it right on BombChain. So that's what we'll do as soon as that's bridgeable. Gotten into the groove with launching these farms and vaults, so I can just bang off a couple in not too long. So
Perfect.
Yeah, love it. I was going to say, I know we popped out a few posts about P-Hub because we were all agreeing that with the excitement of BombChain and Bomb, etc. I guess some of the focus might on the face of it have shifted away from P-Hub, but the big thing to remember is P-Hub benefits from revenue across the whole ecosystem. So all of our senior edge protocols contribute to buybacks of the tokens. So as we have inflows coming into the app, our protocols return to peg, the shared tokens appreciate in value. That's going to mean that there's significant uplifts in P-Hub buyback values, and therefore obviously drive growth in the P-Hub price. So as ever, not financial advice, but it's kind of been hovering around its sort of macro range lows. So have a wee look at it, and if you're bullish on the ecosystem as a whole, then the P-Hub token is definitely one really not to forget about. And with the new farming opportunities, as you see here, there are going to be some incredible APRs, and you'll be rewarding BombSwap for providing liquidity.
Yep, and it's
worth
worth mentioning.
DS says PegHub is programmed to moon.
Yeah,
couldn't agree more.
Accurate.
Well, let's just look back at what happened. When we first launched P-Hub, I think we bought back 280 something in the first month and a half, 2 months, whatever it was, and that was something like 80 or 90,000, or actually it might have been a lot more than that. I forget exactly how much money worth of buybacks it was, but it was quite a bit. And it was like almost 300 units of only 10,000. So, and that was with B share and CZ shares, not that high. They were, I don't know, $50 or so, $100, somewhere in that range. So there's a lot of potential for the share tokens to get much higher than that. So yeah, buybacks are going to be pretty crazy, because I think P-Hub was even a higher price per unit back when we did those 280 some odd automated buybacks. So,
question here. Well, will you maintain the 10,000 coin supply of P-Hub across chains? If I zap Bomb into P-Hub Bomb farm or buy P-Hub on BombChain, will supply on BSC be burned? Yes,
that's a great question. So it's going to work very similar to how like the USDT or USDC work on the Anchor bridge. So essentially no new tokens are ever created in any kind of bridge transaction with those types of tokens. So, it's very comparable to, like, let's just use USDT as an example. When you bridge USDT over to BombChain, your USDT is being held in that bridge until somebody bridges back over from BombChain back to BSC. So when you bridge P-Hub over to BombChain, that P-Hub is going to be sitting in the bridge. So all the P-Hub that's on BombChain will be accounted for 1-to-1 with a P-Hub that's in the bridge contract on BSC. So there will never be more than 10,000 P-Hub across all chains that ever have P-Hub.
Yeah, and that's one of the beautiful things of BombChain and the way all of our protocols are working, right? Like everything's publicly verifiable. So everything that's bridged is held there, and you can always see that. Like, it's impossible for something like an FTX to go happen, right? Like, because P-Hub gets over there, like you said, we're not minting anything. It's just sitting in the bridge. So that's a huge advantage for it.
Actually, and just to add to what I said, and well, kind of just to answer maybe a little bit better, because there was a mention of the tokens being burned. So it is like a mint burn type bridge, but the minting and burning is happening on the alternative chain. So like the P-Hub's native chain is always going to be BSC. That's where the 10,000 tokens exist. We will mint a wrapped P-Hub. We'll probably just call it P-Hub, but essentially it's a wrapped P-Hub on BombChain. And when we mint that, that's only going to be minted when it's in the bridge. Well, we're not going to do it. Anchor's doing it. They're handling the whole thing. But yeah, it is so basically the burn aspect of that comes in when tokens come back to BSC, because then we burn them on BombChain, and then again, it's Anchor that does it because they're handling the bridge. I keep saying we, but the tokens are burned on BombChain, and then we release them up from the bridge here on BSC.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a good prompt, I guess, just to remind everyone of the fact, 10,000 tokens is like a really, really, really low supply. So when you take that, overlay the fact that it benefits from revenue sharing, I mean, the upside is just huge. Aaron actually wrote a blog, the maths behind a $100,000 P-Hub, and read it for yourself if you haven't already. We're not saying 100,000 is round the corner, but absolutely shows, with a healthy ecosystem, it's certainly not out of the question. So yeah, I think P-Hub is one to watch and definitely not forget about it at these kind of levels.
Did you want to share that, Marcus, or should I throw that in the chat?
Yeah, go ahead. You got the link there.
Awesome.
Man, we write a lot. I had to scroll quite a bit to find that.
Yeah. Cool. So shall we talk? Well, is there anything else, I guess, bomb chain related, Aaron, that you wanted to showcase before we step into a bit of an update on marketing?
Yeah. So I just wanted to reiterate that we really want to make things as easy as possible for developers. We want to attract as many developers as we can. So more information will be available on BombChain soon. We'll probably mention it on Bombshell Monday with some links, just so that developers can go ahead and take advantage of the different things that we're launching that, going to make their life easier. As well, like in the meantime, we're going to be launching some things on BombChain just to, just for fun, and just that, not really just for fun, but just to, get momentum going a little bit more there. So I'm thinking probably one of the next ones is going to be probably an Olympus DAO fork. So this is just to show you guys. I mean, this is just the Olympus DAO website itself that we've forked. We didn't change anything yet, but you can see that the URL is BOM money, like bomb money, or BOM, or whatever, however you want to call it. But I thought that was a pretty cool name, so I picked that up when I saw it was available. And yeah, we haven't done anything with the site yet, but now that we have the subgraph stuff running, this should be a fairly straightforward and quick fork. Same with Balancer V2. Balancer V2, we needed the subgraphs running to be able to do that properly. So, or else the front end would have had no data. So now that we have the subgraphs running really smoothly, we'll be able to do a Balancer V2 fork as well.
Yeah, and all of that really benefits the developers that want to come and build on BombChain. So we're just trying to make it as easy as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say I'm looking forward to the own fork, but yeah, I know, Aaron, you've got lots of plans for other things that you want to fork as well. So I think there'll be a pretty constant stream. One thing, do you want to maybe talk about the two-sided stable coin pools and some of your ideas for the multi-coin pools as well?
Yeah. So one of the big advantages of Balancer V2, for those that aren't familiar, let me just pull up one of the. I mean, I guess I could just go to Balancer V2, but this is the fork on BSC that we used to use with the OG bomb for some special pairs. But what you can do with a Balancer V2 fork is you can make a pool that has up to 8 different tokens in it, and they don't have to have equal weightings. So you don't have to, Uniswap V2 forks like BombSwap, they're great. They work really well, but they have some shortcomings, I guess you could say. So in the past, we used this to have like a bomb maxi, we called it. So we had it was 80% bomb and 20% BTCB. And that was a really popular option. So that's something that people will be able to do once we launch the Balancer V2 fork. But probably most exciting is their stable farms, stable pools. So this is something that I guess the first guys to do this was Curve. But now, so Balancer, when they came out with V2, they basically, had stable pools as part of what you could create with it. So the way that the stable pools work is they're designed for tokens that, keep a very consistent price, just like stable coins. And the advantage of that is that you can get price impact that's as if there was like over 100 times more liquidity than the actual liquidity that's in the pool. And the way that works is that basically, just say we have like USDT, USDC, BUSD, and DAI, or I don't know, maybe just we have those three, the first three I mentioned. So the stable pools don't care so much about having an exact equal weighting of every token in the pool. So if this was like a Uniswap V2 pool, for 1 week could only have 2 tokens, and also the price would change drastically if there was a big trade that threw off the ratios of tokens. A stable pool is designed to handle that, and it basically it'll just throw the ratios will be off in the pool if there's a big trade, but that trade will still occur at a very low price impact, as if there was a lot more liquidity, like over 100 times more. I mean, obviously, you still need a decent amount of liquidity because you could end up running out of an asset. For example, if you only got 10,000 of each of the 3 different stable coins, obviously, if somebody buys 10,000 USDT, you're not going to have any more in the pool until people add more liquidity. But yeah, so that's probably the most exciting thing to me is the stable pools and just the flexibility of the pools. So yeah, and we can definitely incentivize those right on our vaults page. And we can actually do it right through. We can either do it through the bomb swap token, or we could we might have a token for our balancer V2 fork. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think in these market conditions, although fingers crossed, I mean, I think things are in a better place at the moment. But everyone's I think loves a good opportunity to earn yield on a set of stable coins. So yeah, I think that'll definitely be a winner.
Yep. I'm debating if we should maybe throw a farm up in the meantime, just with like a USDT, USDC, something like that, or
yeah. No, I think.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna just actually see today how much effort it's gonna be to do the balancer V2 fork, and if it's a if it's a 1 day thing, I'll probably just do that instead because it just makes more sense to have get that low price impact so people can trade their stables and not have to worry about there being millions of dollars of liquidity to get a half decent, price impact on their swap. So,
yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. It looks like we've got some questions. We can maybe cover those. And apologies, by the way, at the beginning of the AMA, I usually, remind everyone, just please do ask questions. I forgot to today. So yeah, any questions, comments, feedback, anything at all. Doesn't have to be stuff we talked about today. Feel free just to drop it in.
When CZEMP change?
I keep apologizing for this one, and I still haven't done it. So, we'll do that right away. It's something where we kind of have to decide how we're going to handle the migration. I mean, we know how we're going to handle it, but just debating if do we build in the functionality into the CZ ETH token where you just can migrate and there's no extra contracts involved, or do we build an extra contract to handle that? Or I guess just a couple of decisions need to be made, and then it's really not too much effort, too much work beyond that. But just we've had a lot going on. I do apologize for not having that done yet. It should have been done quite a while ago, but it is coming soon. Yeah,
I was going to say thanks to Colo because he's always prompting us on that. Just to emphasize Aaron's point, though, I mean, our Jira board is just bursting. There's so much going on. There's so much on our backlog, and I think that one's just slipped down the priority list with a few really important things, mainly things associated with the launch of Bomb Chain and the app. So thanks for your patience.
Yeah, no excuse. So I do definitely need to get that taken care of.
We had this question: where can I find it? I think we're talking about the arbitrage blog based on the timestamp. So we did post the link here, and if that's not what you were asking, feel free to jump in. But you can also just check out bombmoney.com/blog and see everything that we've written up there.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just scanning through. Don't think we've got any other questions at the moment, but yeah, feel free, guys, just to drop them in. As always, no question, comments off the table, so feel free. Cool. Should we talk marketing then? Marcus, over to you for that.
Yeah, so if you checked out our Bombshell Monday, you see the ads that are live now. And as I mentioned, we are still waiting for Apple to approve. I mean, that's everybody knows we the process on that. And as we said earlier, hopefully next week we're going to be on both Apple and Android, and we can really start pushing out the advertising. But for now, we've done what we're calling a soft launch. So we're targeting on just a few platforms like Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, some ads that are Android specific. They'll only be shown on Android devices. And what we're actually, it's actually not a bad idea or not a bad thing that it happened, where we basically have this soft launch and we take the learnings and see which ads are performing well. And then when we go full out with Apple on both devices and all over the internet, we're going to know which ads are working best, which are converting. So yeah, it's always good to have a bit of a learning week, which is what we're using now. And David Rogers likes the ads. Yeah, so do we.
Yeah, they look great.
And the crypto one's surprisingly doing pretty well. So it looks like people are looking for a place to get high yields on Bitcoin, right? So
yeah,
this is
you got that.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, we've always said we want to kind of, this to be the kind of easy way for people who aren't already in the crypto space to get in. But actually, we are definitely finding that those, who are sort of more advanced just love the opportunity to earn a high yield over a fixed term on Bitcoin. I was saying to you guys that, one of my friends who's, been in crypto for a very long time, he was like, seriously, you can generate that yield on Bitcoin? Because, 29.8%, that's multiples of what you'll get on Binance. Even, if you're looking at, liquidity pools with Bitcoin as one side, you'll struggle to match that APR. So yeah, I think it's going to be very popular with the existing crypto crowd. And then you layer in the referral program on top of it. And I think it'll become talk of the town very quickly once we get the real market hype going. Which
comes to Michelle's point here. Apple, hurry up. Yeah, we agree. Yeah. We have a panic selling happening.
I know.
Aaron is drinking coffee.
Not Monster.
Selling it. Must be winding down. It's the end of a 2-day shift right now. So
actually, I am really hot right now. I should be drinking a Monster instead. Good call there, Bacon. We'll get one right now.
It'd be huge. Yeah, I agree. And so iOS has to wait for referral, correct? Yeah, so currently, in order to get your referral code, you do have to download the app and create a wallet, and then you'll get your referral code. We are working on potentially a way to do this without needing to download the app, because we just want to make it as accessible as possible. But just to go back, Bacon, you don't have to sell any more of the Monsters out.
I think, is that a Rockstar?
Actually? Oh, it's a Rockstar. Yeah, it's a Rockstar.
Oh, Rock. There you go.
Sorry, random tangent is just coming to my head. The first time I ever tried Rockstar was when I was 14 or something, and I was at I think it was like a punk rock festival, and got given loads of crates of it. And I remember sitting in a shopping centre and security coming up to me and my friends because they thought that I was sitting drinking a beer. Because when you cracked it open there, I thought you were having a can of beer. I was like, okay, you want?
Yeah, it's typically what comes in a tall can, right?
Yeah.
No, I used to be really into Monsters, actually. It's all I used to really drink for energy drinks, but now I switched over to Rockstar.
So just to wrap up, hopefully by next week, iOS will be out. You can get your referral code. But yeah, so for now, unfortunately, if you are on iOS, you could borrow an Android app, create a wallet, and get your referral code, because then you can always import your wallet over to iOS if you want to really get started. But if it's too much of a hassle, just wait, hopefully a week, and we'll be full blown on Android and iOS.
Yeah, I really don't see it taking more than a week. So.
Yeah, and it won't be long as well before we launch a desktop version. For folks to be able to jump into single staking. So when we were having our planning session yesterday, that was one of the top items that we prioritized for the devs. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But that'll be great because the mobile app's awesome. It's so convenient, but some people just prefer to do things on desktop naturally. So we'll want to cater to those folk too.
So what that'll look like is at bomb.app, you'll have access to the functionality that you have basically on the app. So you'll be able to stake, from within Bomb Chain, you'll be able to stake Bitcoin, single stake, or any of our other offerings. Once we release them, you'll be able to stake. You'll be able to get your referral code, see your stakes, all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
The question on the lock bonus. So it's ending in a few weeks. What do you anticipate will happen to the bomb price as the 2.5x multiplier is paid out and increasing the bomb circulation significantly?
There's going to be a lot more opportunities on Bomb Chain by that time. A lot's going to happen between now and, I think the earliest ones that get unlocked are in about 20 days or so. And then, they're going to be staggered after that for the next, for another month or two after that. So, there's quite a lot that's going to be happening on Bomb Chain in the next 20 days. So, really, it's impossible to say what is going to happen with the price. I don't even really want to guess. I think that, I think there's going to be enough demand for Bomb on Bomb Chain and different opportunities on Bomb Chain that, I think it's going to be all right.
Yeah, and I was just going to add, and we'll make it really easy for folk to, take their Bomb lock bonus tokens and, to deploy them in some of those great options too. So,
actually, that's worth bringing up too. Actually,
yeah.
So we've been talking a little bit about how it's going to work in terms of claiming and just because of like the exact question that you asked, like potential ways that we can incentivize putting that bomb to work as opposed to immediately withdrawing it, and how we can, like I said, incentivize that to make it more worthwhile. So we'll be thinking about that, and so it almost guaranteed it will work, that you'll be on Bomb Chain and you'll basically be interacting with a smart contract through our front end, where you'll just basically claim your rewards. But that's somewhere we could have multiple options where instead of just claiming, you could perhaps claim, but claim into the bomb swap pair, let's say, and it's locked for a certain amount of time, for example, and there'd be some kind of advantage to doing that. Or that's just one random example, but could be whatever else we come up with.
Yeah, one of the exciting things that I think is going to be a great use case for Bomb is the aptly named Bomb Squad. And so we're working on a rewards tier system similar to the Crypto.com card or Crypto.com's reward system, where you can lock Bomb and become a different tier Bomb Squad member. And if you check a couple Bombshell Mondays ago, advantages will be things like first access to the Bomb debit card, higher APRs within the app and within the desktop staking. So there's different things we're going to do to also keep Bomb on Bomb Chain. But again, we're not going to tell anybody you can't move it or can't sell it. So you can do whatever you want, but all you can do is show the use cases and keep building on Bomb Chain and show people what they can actually earn if they keep the money there.
Yeah, cool. I think we've got another question. Yeah.
When Anchor bridge dark mode?
Actually, we're asking them for the details so that we can make our own front end actually for the bridge, because we want to, we really want to unify everything. We're going to have very likely our own DeFi bridge that's going to work almost identical to Anchor's. We have Anchor's bridge, and then we have our own bridge that's kind of has a centralized aspect to it, just for the ease of use of just having a deposit address to send tokens to. Very similar to like a centralized exchange. So that's something that we have on Bomb Chain already. So you can deposit BUSD and BTC just by sending tokens to a deposit address that everybody has a unique address of. So if you have the app, you could see that. If you don't have the app because you're an iOS user, then you'll be able to see that very soon. But yeah, so we want to have one front end to kind of tie all of that together. And Anchor is going to give us everything that we need to get that going. So we'll have dark mode at that time.
Yep. I know Diamond's pet peeve is anything that doesn't have dark mode. So that will be a priority.
Cool. We've got one more comment, I think, from Colo.
Prime Energy sponsorship. Logan Paul loves crypto. We'll reach out.
Yeah.
I'm actually not familiar with Prime Energy.
Well, what I can tell you is in the UK, folk are apparently driving like halfway across the country to the places that do stock it, and apparently there have been like not riots, but people have like been fighting over the remaining cans. So
wow.
I've definitely never tried it, but yeah,
Interesting.
I'll have to at some point. I'll let you know how it is. I don't know if you must have it over there, I'd imagine.
I've not heard of it.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either. So
not sure I'll go fight somebody for it, but I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, please don't.
Well, if I see someone here with it, I might fight them because I got to try it now.
I know they imported it.
Yeah. Lefty loves the simplicity, yeah, and that's the main goal of basically everything we do is keeping everything functional, paying high, transparent, but most importantly, keep everything simple.
Yeah, which has definitely been a bit of a challenge with the app. Just basically giving that Web 2 feel, but having a blockchain power everything. It presented some unique challenges, but I feel like we're doing a great job keeping it as simple as possible.
Yeah, and as always, for those that have used it, we are always looking for feedback. So there's been a few people pointing out a few things, and a lot of it's already been fixed, and we just love hearing feedback. So if you love it, let us know. If you hate it, let us know. And we're going to be building on this for the whole year. So it's not like it's just out and we've forgotten about it. We love feedback and just want to keep improving it.
Yeah, I'd say even beyond a year, it's going to always be, a work in progress, getting better and better.
Yeah.
And, I've mentioned this to you guys a bunch, but obviously we're biased when we look at the app. It's, everything seems easy to us and, natural. So definitely want feedback from as many people as we can to see how we can improve.
Completely. Yeah. And even if it's the case that, I know most of our community are fairly advanced, users. So if you're just with friends and family and have a couple of minutes to show them the app and see what they think, then, we would love if you're able to feed any feedback in from that.
Definitely.
Oh, what I forgot to mention is we were talking earlier about if anybody wants to, potentially we're going to throw up a poll about which project that you'd like to see us fork on the bomb chain, maybe something fun or, I just kind of had the idea right before we jumped on the AMA. So didn't really think about it much, but yeah, we might be throwing up a poll or taking some suggestions of anything that you guys want to see us launch. Just something fun.
Yeah, totally. No, I think that'll be good because there's no shortage of ideas, but we want to do the ones that our community are really keen for.
Yep.
100%.
Cool. All right. Well, it looks like we're at the end of the questions. Anything else you guys want to cover? If not, I'll maybe just do a little summary and then we can get wrapped up unless we've got another.
Got one more here, and this is great. We could talk about the position a little bit, but what skill or experience level is required for business development manager position?
Yeah, I can take that, and you guys can jump in. So the business development manager role, in case anyone hadn't spotted, is a role that we just advertised at the beginning of this week. And really, we're looking for someone to come in and play a critical role in, ultimately helping Bomb Money expand our market share. So we want someone that, ideally has experience in the business development space, who, has, great sales, negotiation, communication skills, and, a proven track record of winning business. Does that have to be in the crypto space? No. I think just, given the complexities, in some of our underlying protocols, we want someone who understands the way our ecosystem operates. So that's definitely going to be important. But we're very open to people that perhaps have business development / sales, skills, etc., from other industries and has, a passion for crypto. And, we definitely feel there are big opportunities for, partnerships. So, someone who's confident in just going out, navigating the space, building relationships, and has a good sort of, eye for opportunities and isn't afraid to go away and act on them. So hopefully that gives you a reasonable overview. So yeah, someone with proven experience of sort of winning business, increasing market share. We definitely want someone with experience in that space, but it doesn't have to be in the crypto and DeFi space.
Most importantly, we want someone hungry that just wants to succeed. That's going to just do whatever it takes to drive, partnerships and additional, growth and business development, as the position's titled.
No, you're right though. I mean, it has to be someone who's incredibly motivated, and is going to sort of, I hate the term, but think outside the box as to how we can expand into new segments, reach new user bases, etc. So if you're interested, drop an application in. I'll be reviewing those as they come in. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
And it is a really great team to work with. Everyone's very easygoing, very fun, but very hardworking as well. So I love being part of the team, and I'm sure whoever applies there will love to be part of the team as well.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I should also yeah, sorry, I was going to mention as well, just to confirm, it doesn't have to be the case that it's a full-time role. So, if it's the case that, you're looking to sort of dip your toe in the water in the crypto space, as long as you can, dedicate good time to this, and Aaron says you're really hungry and you're going to work hard to go out and win business, then we're open to flexible working arrangements.
Yep.
Cool. All righty. Don't think we've got anything else coming in then. So I guess just in, to do a quick summary. So mobile app, we're hopefully just on that final stage with Apple. So we've resubmitted following their feedback, and fingers crossed by next week we'll have the green light and we can get things really firing on the marketing front. In the meantime, though, we've got some awesome stuff going on in the way of advertising for Android users that Marcus talked about earlier. BombChain, definitely make sure to check out the analytics. The link is in the chat already, info.bombswap.xyz, and just have a play around there. And if you're not already, make sure to have a look at the farms that are available on BombChain. They're going to keep on expanding. The P-Hub one, we're all really excited about, and naturally, as we were talking about earlier, very bullish on P-Hub. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, let us know what things you would like to see launched on BombChain. We'll get that poll up probably today. Yeah.
We have to think of a bunch of projects that are fairly easily forkable. So don't want to promise today. I already got a lot of things going on, but if anybody has any suggestions, then
drop by Telegram, Discord. Yeah, but cool. We'll look out for the poll. We'll make sure to announce it as always.
It's not a dumb question, but we got a question of what's the main site. I'm assuming we're talking about BombSwap. So the URL has changed a couple times, but everything always forwards to what we're using right now. So, I mean, I think I usually even just go to swap.pegup.com and it just forwards me to bombswap.xyz. But so the actual site is bombswap.xyz.
And the main site for Bomb Money is bombmoney.com, and that encompasses all of our offerings. So it encompasses BombChain, the app, PegHub, as you see there. So there's a couple of there's just so much in the ecosystem that it is hard to kind of contain it all. But yeah, that's bombmoney.com is main site, and then BombSwap is what Aaron's showing there.
One thing I wanted to mention actually is, so if when you're on BombChain within BombSwap, the docs actually goes to BombSwap docs, and the stats link is there to bring you to info.bombswap.xyz. If you're on any other chain, it's not going to do that. The docs is going to go to our PegHub advanced docs, and there are no stats. So just keep that in mind. So if you're looking for the docs for BombSwap, just make sure you're on BombChain, and same with the stats, and they'll be right up there in the menu. And if you don't have BombChain on your MetaMask, it's fine. Just click BombChain and it'll add it right for you, as long as you accept it.
Yeah, no, it's very slick. Cool, good stuff. But yeah, so as always, we'll have our Twitter space on Friday. So we'd love to see as many of you guys there, and feel free to come along, ask any questions again. But yeah, I guess other than that, we'll get wrapped up. So thank you guys for joining. Thanks to anyone who's listening back. And we'll speak to you all soon. Make sure
Thanks for all the great questions too. Some great questions today.
Very good questions.
Everybody, we'll see you Friday.
Yep.
Take care, guys. Thanks.